In the Jam community, everyone is trying to build something awesome. Whenever we talk to our user base, they're always trying to change some corner of the world. And they do that through product development. Our goal is to share the learnings of the builders in the Jam community with each other. Hireflow is a tool that we use a ton. As a founder, one of the most important things we do is hire the team. And so tools that help us do that in like a high quality way are really, really important to our workflow. So I use Hireflow all the time. And when I saw the 2.0 and how you sort of completely rethought how you can provide value to your user base using what's now possible with AI, I was so excited to talk to you and hear the story of the launch.
Danny, thanks for asking me about the story and the genesis of this new product we're calling Hireflow 2.0. We launched Hireflow in 2021, very much following this philosophy of launch early and get the product out there. Everything that we had built was very much designed for small teams in a more single player mode. And we had a lot of feedback on, well, how do I use this to collaborate? We realized that just our underlying architecture was just not well designed for that. So we basically did almost a complete rewrite of the product from the ground up to better support this kind of multiplayer functionality for teams. And then, of course, in the process of this happening, ChatGPT came out and LLMs became mainstream. And so all of a sudden, while we had the patient on the operating table, like all the organs exposed, we said, well, let's get in there and let's put it all in together. And our development process became longer because the scope of everything just became a lot bigger to make it all work. What we ended up doing was kind of rethinking the product in a lot of ways from the ground up to streamline everything from end to end, bring in AI into the appropriate parts. And so far, the reception's been really positive.
What advice do you have for other founder CEOs who are listening to you? They're thinking like, I need to incorporate AI into my product. We really need to be taking advantage of this moment. Not sure exactly what to do. Like, what advice do you have for other startup founders in this position?
You know, there's always this saying that it takes 20% of the time to do the first 80% and then the last 80% to do the last. I feel like this AI development's almost taken it to the next level where it takes 5% of time to do the first 95% and the 95% to get the last 5%. I think it's sometimes so easy and quick to make what feels to be monumental strides in capabilities that if you'd asked me a year ago, I would have just said simply not possible. But then to get something that is truly customer ready, that you feel is reliable and would represent the quality bar that you have for your brand can be really difficult. It's important to think about your product, your customers, how mission critical their work is, and then where you might incorporate the AI. Because there's low risk places to put AI that even if it doesn't work or it fails, it may at worst case look embarrassing. But for the end customer, it's not going to be game changing or game breaking for them in their work or put them in a bad situation. In that case, it's a low risk opportunity. Maybe just get something out there, get feedback, and get it going.
Who was coming up with the ideas? Who was making the prototype? Is this like you personally in ChatGPT, or were you spending engineering time? How did this actually work in practice?
It's come a little bit from all directions, and that's the cool thing, because it could be me messing around at 10 p.m. and just like with a very sophisticated prompt, being able to basically build a prototype of something that, you know, has no interface besides an OpenAI playground, which for me, wearing the CEO hat, not really coding very much these days, is really exciting because now I can annoy the rest of the team by doing a lot of work and trying to get in there and throw my opinions into the fold. But we have interns that have been helping out with this as well. They just love hacking and like building. And so it's like, it's such a great fit for me to pair with them and just like put together little prototypes. And then we can get the rest of our development team involved when we're ready to take it to the next step. So we're not wasting their cycles with something that we're just going to throw out. It's great to see that everyone on the team kind of can come together. We can brainstorm ideas. I think if we can make the process fun for everyone, it can be a lot more effective. Having been a full-time engineer myself for 4 years, I very much understand the power and the benefit of a team that together feels ownership of an idea and an engineer that's building because they're personally just excited and they feel agency and they feel engagement with what they're building. You can get so much more energy out of a team that's aligned there than something that just comes from top down. And it is exciting and fun, and it's nice to get everyone involved.
Congrats on Hireflow 2.0, and thank you so much for chatting about it with me.
Thanks, Danny.